Welcome everybody to another Nothing But Net Media presentation of QBL basketball, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media, presented by the Australian Sports Network, of course Basketball Queensland, and Stream Team Australia. I'm John Guarno. Tonight I'm joined by former Siebel MVP and Siebel All-Star, Siebel champion,
fine with me, bro.
All-Star player.
It's long enough ago, no one remembers what really happened.
Dan George, also got Pirates former player, coach, and president, general manager Dave Derwin, and former QBL referee Regan Baker. Guys, quarterfinals time. You win, you're in. You win, you keep going. You lose, you're out. It's all on the line here tonight. We've got the Gold Coast Rollers hosting the Logan Thunder. Should be a really, really good women's game. It's the 4 versus 5 battle. These teams split both of their matchups this season. It should be another tight one, Dave.
Yeah, it really should be. I think excitingly we saw Logan play last week and Pirates pipped him right at the end. But I think I'd like to think Logan learned a lot in good preparation for this week's game. So that'll be really interesting. I think for the Gold Coast, again, they're a really solid group. Good scoring across their team. So, good crowd here. Wonderful venue here at Carrara. Gold Coast does a great job. Looking forward to it.
Dan, finals time is always that little bit extra pressure, especially when it's a one-and-done situation. How's the prep for these teams? What do you think they've done this week to get themselves ready for an elimination match?
I think it would be very similar to their prep during the year. You don't want to get to this stage in the season and go changing too much. I think that can make players, especially some younger players, a bit anxious. So I think it's just, let's get back to basics. We know what offenses we run. By this stage, we know who we want to take the shots, especially for Logan with the 3 main studs they've got. So let's just make sure we play the brand of basketball we've been playing all year and building to this point. I mean, good performances during the playoffs is the outcome of all the work you've done for the last 6 months. So I think Logan were really bad last week, and I don't think a team with that quality of lineup is going to play that badly 2 weeks in a row. So I think they're going to be well poised to come out tonight with a strong showing. Gold Coast obviously at home are going to want to do well here on their home floor, so it's going to be a really great match.
It's going to be a good one. Some key matchups. Former Logan Thunder player Jackie Luna Castro and Ariana Mora, the 2 imports for Gold Coast. How do you expect Logan to match up with them?
Yeah, it'll be really interesting. I think, realistically, Thunder's really only size is through Rueff, so it'll be quite interesting matchups. I think they'll probably switch it up a little bit. Probably they can switch pretty much 1 through 5, really. But I think Rueff's going to guard Luna Castro most of the night, you would think. But again, Rueff coming into the league regular season, 21 and 19.
Not bad?
It's pretty solid.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. This is the 4 versus 5 matchup. So, actually, I think it's 3-6. Sorry about that.
Yeah, 3-6, yep.
Tip is up, and it's won by Gold Coast, so they'll have the first possession. If you are tuning into the game and you're on the YouTube channel or the Facebook page, let us know who you are, where you're watching from, so we can get you a shot out. Here's the point guard, Ariana Mora, fires the first points of the game for Gold Coast. A little too easy there for Mora on that possession. Three-pointer is well off from Fuyava. Woods with the rebound. She's going to push up court. Kicks ahead for Ambrose. Here's a point guard, Mora now. When we were down here earlier this season, Mora hadn't been cleared, and she's made a real difference to this Gold Coast team. Gold Coast with that home final, surprising a few people, but they're playing some great basketball, and you see a great ball movement leading to a 3 for Walmsley. It's 5-0 Gold Coast. Ambrose with the matchup on Roof. Roof hands off for Carter. Step back 3 is up. That's off the back of the rim. Good rebound by Walmsley.
Yeah, I really hope that Carter can inject herself earlier in the game tonight. She had a dynamic 4th quarter, but unfortunately for Logan, I think they needed her to help a little bit more and be really a bit more aggressive. I think she's I'm not sure, she's probably a true combo guard, but I think she's certainly capable of running the point. And I think tonight it's important that she really involves some of the lesser girls, if that makes sense, some of the lesser threats, so they get a bit of confidence, especially at the when you're playing out away from home.
Nice block by Ambrose. It goes out of bounds off, Fuyava. Ambrose, one of the better defensive players in the QBL women's competition. Big block there.
It was an awesome defensive possession for the Gold Coast, and they've come out with a bit more structure than Logan, and that's why it's a 5-0 ball game. But Dave, to your point, I think Brittany Carter definitely has to take control of the offense like we saw at the end of the game last week. And that point guard matchup, as we're looking at on the film right now, is going to be really pivotal to who wins tonight's game. That's a heck of a
fake
move.
for Moore. She gets it to bank home. She's got 4 of the 7 for Gold Coast. They're up 7-0. Carter looking to answer with the 3. That's in and out.
And when I said run the offense, that's not what I was after.
How about Moore running the offense, getting the bucket plus the foul? Coach Brayden Hesselhurst going to take a timeout. He doesn't like the start his team has come out with. We'll take a quick one as well. 2.5 minutes into this one, it's 9-0 Gold Coast. Your QBL quarterfinal of the week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Back with you here at Carrara Indoor Stadium. It's 9-0 Gold Coast. 2:25 into the game, and Moore at the free throw line. Looking to complete a 3-point play. She's been super aggressive to start. Misses, but Luna Castro grabs an offensive rebound.
Well, pretty shaky start here for the Thunder women. Defensively, not great, and then giving up the offensive rebound. And a lot of it's nerves, too. We talked about it last week, how Coach Hazelhurst, he's really got a pretty young group, and so a lot of these girls haven't played at this level before, and that's when you need people like Ash Tyre, Ruef, Carter to really lead, and they should really be the bulk of their offensive output tonight should be coming through those 3.
There's a good bucket there by Tyre. Getting Logan on the board for the first time. Luna Castro picks up her dribble. Now Walmsley, 5 on the shot clock. She drives baseline, puts it up, misses. Too strong. Roof with a rebound.
Back-to-back stops.
Well, I was about to say 2 really good defensive possessions for Logan out of that timeout. So obviously Brayden has emphasised, I reckon he's emphasised the defensive end and getting to the rim, as we see Ash Tyre and now Ruef really attack the basket hard. And I mean, Gold Coast come out on fire, but it's a 5-point game. It's obviously very early still.
Moore is feeling it for sure. Pushing the lead out to 7 for Gold Coast. Tyre for 3 off the front of the rim.
Make or miss, I think the more aggressive Ash Tyre is for Logan tonight, the better.
Yeah.
I think in playoffs, you might only play 6 or 7 players. Usually the rotation shrinks, so you need these main girls, especially with the young group Logan's got. As Mora just continues to dominate for Gold Coast, and that's importantly 2 fouls on Brittany Carter, which is a pretty big call with only 4 minutes into this quarter.
And I know at this point, you're saying, well, geez, you've got to have some defensive accountability. You've got to maybe shift it up. I'd maybe throw a zone at her and give her a different look. She's driven to the hole about 5 times, far too easy. And A, someone's got to put her on her backside. That's the first thing I do. And then B, have a look at the zone, give her a little different look.
And Brittany Carter's career has been built off the defensive end if you look through her college numbers and even where she's played previously. So that's a matchup she'll obviously want. But I agree, she's too important to risk getting a 3rd foul here in the first half, let alone the first quarter. So if you're going to keep her on the floor, you might want to consider changing that matchup.
Tyre forced one in there, turns it over.
Well, that's the second time for me where Fraser's been a little lost. She wasn't up the lane on that last one when she could have got a steal. And then just then it was a bit of a half cut there where the Gold Coast got their hands in for the deflection.
Good look inside. Patrick finishes plus the foul. It's the third three-point play opportunity for the Gold Coast. They're doing a good job along that baseline, looking to get inside.
Well, obviously 17 in the first 4 minutes is too many. So Thunder have just got to settle down here. I think the zone might be a good change-up too, because equally just get a little bit more activity, as Ambrose does a great job of getting a steal and assist.
That's a great pass too.
Great pass is an understatement there, leading Patrick to the free throw, to the layup line. Gold Coast out to a 15-point lead here. We're 5 minutes into this game.
But you know what, if you're Logan...
Fuiava answers with her own bucket plus the foul. That one's going to go against Ambrose.
And I'm sure the coaches will be emphasizing this. 15-point game, now 13 with that bucket. I mean, it's still very early, and basketball, as we all know, is a game of runs. Gold Coast, no matter run, will make one as well at some stage if you're the Logan Thunder. But you can't let it get too emotional. Just stay to your structures, get shots to the right girls, keep attacking the rim, and this will even out, I'm sure. But the Gold Coast team's looking great so far.
Carter's three. That's short off the front of the rim. Here's Patrick with it.
Well, she started, if the fans remember, Carter started pretty cold last week too. I think she started 1 of 8 and then took over in the fourth. Like the energy defensively here from the Gold Coast, scrambling well.
Another three-pointer well off for Logan. A lot of jump shots for Thunder. Good reversal. Luna Castro for three. Doesn't count. They're going to say it hit the...
That's bad luck.
Must have hit the stanchion, I guess,
well,
to be considered out of bounds.
Yeah, I think it must have hit the wire or the corner of the support. So unfortunately, yeah, it doesn't count in that situation, but very unfortunate.
Boom.
There's a three for Logan. First one of the night.
Yeah, we covered them earlier in the year, Johnny, and Rue have shot a couple of trays, and they looks like a good shot, but last week I don't even know if she shot one. But again, they're going to need a big game from her on both ends. Mora with the answer.
Mora's been really impressive to start this one. Super aggressive, and can see the difference she makes. When we saw Gold Coast, they played without Mora. They were still good, but she takes them to another level. Roof hands off Fuiava, blocked from behind by Luna Castro, but they're going to get her for the foul. So Jaden Fuiava will go to the free throw line for a couple shots. (22-9), Gold Coast up with 3:15 to go in the first quarter. Second one's no good. 12 points to lead for Gold Coast. Logan looking to get a few stops going here. 22 points with 3 minutes to go in the first is already too much. Six on the shot clock. Mora double team, brings it back out. Kicks it over to Walmsley. Got to get a shot off.
Good job.
It's no good. It's a shot clock violation. Much better defensive possession there for Logan.
Way to put a couple of white jerseys in front of Mora, and that's what she needs to see all night long if they're going to have success. Doesn't matter who it is, as long as there's 1 or 2 white jerseys always in front, playing good principles, ball you basket.
And you could see Coach Hazelhurst with the adjustment to that look like, well, it wasn't man-to-man defense, a scrambling zone just to give the Gold Coast a different look and a really good possession defensively. And I think Logan need to keep attacking the rim.
Carter's three off the front of the rim. She cannot buy a bucket at the moment.
And I think usually attack the rim, you either get a layup, maybe a foul, get to the foul line, and just keep the scoreboard ticking over until those jump shots start falling.
Yeah, and good job too, Thunder. The Logan girls are getting on the glass, getting a couple of offensive rebounds, which is a good sign as well.
That's a good no call too.
Good call. I thought he was going to blow his whistle for a foul, but he didn't.
Moore definitely initiating the contact on that one. Referees let it go. Here's Bays checking in for the first time this evening.
Good quality referees all year round too. Johnny, this year from the QBL women and men's referees. Standards really high.
Referees tonight, we've got Kylie Vovodin and Adam Morrow for the women. We will have the men's game between the Gold Coast Rollers and the University of Sunshine Coast Rip City coming up for you after the conclusion of this women's matchup. With Gold Coast up by 12, minute 45 to go in the first. Roof gets called for the foul. It was a good contest. I think she got it with the body.
Yeah, it was a kind of a nothing play, so I'm not sure why she decided to have a little reach there, because Luna Castro was always just rocking it to sleep and going to shoot a jumper.
I think if you look at her shooting stats, like on the season, she's almost like 50% from the field, 40% from the three, and a 90% foul shooter. They're incredible statistical numbers for any player, especially an interior or a post player. So I think anytime you know that your opponent can shoot the ball that well, you're going to lean into any jump shot, and that led to a foul on that occasion.
Nia Morris is checked in for Gold Coast. She's guarding Natoa. Good look inside. Taya misses. Roof with the rebound. She misses the putback. Here comes Mora with it. Turning on the Jets. Kicks it to the captain, Walmsley. Good pump fake. And they're going to get Ash Taya with the blocking foul.
I think that's her second foul too. So Coach Hazelhurst with a couple of key players in foul trouble, but considering what we've seen, it's a tough call.
Looked like good D to me. But
yeah.
Anyway.
And I think Ash Taya is a very good defensive player. So sometimes, I don't know, what looks like a foul might not be when someone's that good defensively, but got called for the foul on that occasion. Now she's got to adjust just the way Brittany Carter's adjusted, playing with 2 fouls early as well.
And I think Coach Hazelhurst as well was just asking the similarities and what the difference was between that call there and what happened down the other end underneath as well, because there was a fair amount of contact on the Logan shot.
Sure
so, you know, why is one a foul and one isn't?
Good. It's a fair question.
Well, and that's all you want as a player or a coach, is just consistency.
Nice.
Bays for 3. Off the back of the rim. Roof, another offensive rebound. Put back good. She wanted the foul too.
But good offense. Brittany Carter puts pressure on the defense, kick it to a shooter and give Roof a chance to go rebound. But still a 13-point gap. Gold Coast doing a great job.
Walmsley from the corner, that's short. Natoa with the rebound. Kicking ahead for Taya. Wasn't ready for it. Turnover. Jackie Luna Castro represented Mexico at the national level. Former Logan Thunder player as well. Good rebound there by Roof.
Well, that's a 7th rebound of the quarter. Doing what she does best.
She's double teamed. Turnaround jump shot is good. That's a tough bucket there.
That is a real tough bucket.
Well, I want to see a bit more of that too from her in the block. I think sometimes she just puts it down and tries to bang too much, as opposed to that, take it out another 5-6 feet. She's got a beautiful little turnaround. I think that's where they can get some good buckets out of her tonight.
Walmsley for 3 off the side of the rim, no good. Natoa grabs the rebound, and that's the end of the first quarter. It was all Gold Coast early. Logan doing a good job to kind of chip away and get themselves back within 11 points. As far as I'm concerned, if you're Logan, that couldn't have been a worse quarter for you, but I think they started to right the ship towards the end of that quarter.
I agree, and I think being down 11 is probably a pretty good result. You look up in like 25-14, that sounds like a really big gap, but I think if it's only 11 points, that's 2 or 3 stops, so still very much in the game. And to your point, Dave, I think we see one pass trying to go into the post. I think they might need to try and set a couple of back picks or cross picks to get Ref on the move to try and help her get some space, because I think we've seen the jump shots aren't falling. So they need to find some offense closer to the hoop, so either dribble penetration, but why not just dump it into the big and let her do what she does. But they're still right in it. I don't think they'll score 14 points again this quarter. They'll be much better, but the Gold Coast doing a great job defensively as well.
And it's a good, it's a 14-all game after the 9-0 start. So Logan take a little bit of confidence out of that last 5.5 minutes and back in the ball game.
Definitely back in the ball game. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with the second quarter of action as Gold Coast up 25-14 on Logan in your QBL Women's Quarterfinal Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to Carrara Indoor Stadium on the beautiful Gold Coast. It's the Rollers up 25-14 on Logan Thunder at the end of the first quarter. About to start the second quarter. Taking a look at some of the box scores.
Yeah, Mora obviously hot start, 14 points, and Logan did a good job of containing her that last few minutes. But she's got 14 points, 2 rebounds. And Patrick came in off the bench and has 5 for the Rollers. And for the Thunder, Fuyeva, Rueff both have 6, and Ash Tyre's got 2.
Walmsley has it on the wing with 8 on the shot clock. Reverses it to Moore, guarded by Roof. He's going to have to get a shot off. Tries to dump it inside for Ambrose. It's no good. It's going to be a shot clock violation, so pretty good stop there for Logan to start.
Did they come back out in the zone there, I think?
Little zone. Gold Coast showing a bit of zone as well. Natoa nearly turned it over. Now Roof fires a wing 3 off the front of the rim. Nice rebound there by Morris. Morris is open. She'll fire a 3 off the side of the rim. Another rebound for Roof. Here comes Carter. Carter attacking the rim.
That's
layup
real
is
nice
good.
offense. And I like Logan's start. They had a turnover, Ash trying to feed the post. That's okay. They had almost a turnover trying to feed the post with Ash, and then they had a layup going to the rim. So a real effort to get work done close to the bucket is the adjustment out of quarter time.
Moore picked up the dribble, find Ambrose. Open jump shot off the back of the rim. Rebound is grabbed by Carter. Logan strung together a couple stops here to start the quarter. Carter skip pass. Wide open in the corner is Bay. She drains a 3.
That is great offense. And as we said earlier, basketball's a game of runs. We all know that. Logan making a great run to start this quarter, and we'll see what the Gold Coast come back with. But if they let her walk into the paint like that, doesn't matter what they do down here.
No, Carter's got to be better.
She's too good.
I know she's got a couple fouls, but she's got to do a better job of moving her feet.
That's good recognition, though, by Mora, understanding
Sure
that,
is.
I'm going right at my defender.
Absolutely. And I think if I'm Mora, that's a heck of a finish with the left.
Woo! Plus the
She's
foul.
starting to feel herself a little bit too, which is good signs for the Logan Thunder. But I think if I'm Mora, you just got to stay aggressive. Put as much pressure on the defense, especially Brittany Carter, as possible.
Well, that basket cuts the Logan deficit to 6.
Yeah, it might have been a bit of a 50-50 call there. I thought Ambrose did a pretty good job of staying up, but they're the ones that sometimes you get them and sometimes you don't.
Skip pass to Luna Castro, looking to drive baseline. Good D by Natoa. Here's Ambrose with it. Swings it back out to Luna Castro. 2 on the shot clock. She's forced to fire a jump shot. It's off. Tipped around, Roof grabs it. Carter, corner pass for Taya, who wasn't expecting it.
A couple times they've had some sloppy turnovers, which would be making the coach a little crazy.
Malmsley looking inside. There's Patrick at the elbow. Very perimeter oriented here for Gold Coast with 4 on the shot clock. And then they're going to get Taya for the blocking foul. I think that could be her 3rd personal.
And this is where
and it is.
Being a coach is really tough because she's still young, but a very experienced player. So do you trust her to play with 3 or do you take her out? And they've obviously made the call here, as you can see, to take her out.
There's just too much on the clock to leave her in,
I agree. Yeah, like if there was 2 or 3 minutes left, it's an easy call. But you're down 5 in an elimination final. Don't be surprised after a couple of minutes if this blows out if she comes back in despite the foul trouble.
Mora with 5 on the shot clock reverses it to Ambrose. Ambrose little bank shot is good. It's a good finish there from Sarah Ambrose. And again, the C's part for Gold Coast.
I was about to say that the defense for Logan so much better than how we saw them start the game, but that middle of the floor up the top, we saw Mora penetrate, Ambrose on that occasion.
What a bucket there from Fuyava.
Put her in the spin cycle. I was about to say, does she know there's 3 green jerseys in front of her, but she didn't care.
There's Ambrose, skips it to the corner. Nice tip there by Bays.
And you mentioned it too, Johnny. They are very perimeter-based. Again, if the Gold Coast need to have some success against this zone, they've got to get some movement. No one's flashing, no one's cutting.
There's Luna Castro with it. Catches it well outside the arc. Back to Mora. 6 on the shot clock. Mora stops, pops.
That's great basketball from Mora.
Gets it to roll.
For all the young players, you've got to know the shot clock, and she knew exactly how much time was left. Made a great move.
Carter gets inside. Floater's good.
Yeah, great screen.
This is a heck of a game, fellas. Really high quality.
Good game. They just took Logan a little while to warm up. Mora's
nice no-look pass to Luna Castro. 3-pointer's too strong. And there's a foul inside. Sarah Ambrose gets called for the reach-in foul. That's Ambrose's 3rd personal as well. So that's a big foul. Yeah, a big loss for Gold Coast at the moment.
Just a bit of a nothing foul too.
Ambrose, a very versatile player for the Gold Coast. One of the keys to their defensive success throughout the season. Fuyava working against Patrick, picks up her dribble. Short jumper's good for Jaden Fuyava. Cuts the Logan deficit to 3. Mora will fire a wing 3. That hits nothing but the bottom of the net. Mora has every answer for the Gold Coast. Carter's fadeaway is no good. Roof, another rebound. I think she's got magnets, and there must be something because she grabs everything. Logan turns it over. Luna Castro reverses it to Mora. Another opposite wing 3. This time it's short.
From my count, that's Roof's 11th rebound with 4.5 minutes left in the half. Just an incredible performance on the glass so far.
Carter fires another jumper that's off. Morris grabs the rebound. Gold Coast up 6, looking to increase that lead. Mora kicks it, but it goes out of bounds.
I think they need a timeout here for Logan. Again, you've been riding Rueff and Carter a lot. Give them a little breather here, 4 minutes to go. Down 6, just refocus the troops.
Roof gets it in the block, double team.
Oh, that's good offense, and they gave her a single coverage, I think. Gold Coast can't make them pay, though. If I was Coach Hizahus, I would say, if we give it to you down there in a single coverage, no matter what, you got to shoot it. Just get it up on the glass.
Patrick missed that layup with the left hand.
I don't particularly know how that's Logan ball out of bounds. I thought that quite clearly came off Logan.
A referee questioning a referee here, guys. What's that about? Isn't it a fraternity? Don't you guys stick together?
Yeah, most of the time we do.
Bays gets fouled on her way to the basket, so she'll go to the line for a couple shots.
Mora.
20?
21.
Yeah, I mean, she's been phenomenal tonight, really leading the charge for the Gold Coast. And
9 of 11. Killing it.
Well, she's 9 of 11, 20 points, but it doesn't feel like that because she's also done a great job getting everyone else involved. It hasn't been a ball-dominant 20,
No.
which oftentimes it can be, but
And
I feel like she's done a great job distributing as well as putting up numbers herself.
And equally, though, the other thing, too, could be a little bit of a concern here for the Gold Coast is literally that's all they have right now. And if she gets cold, then they're going to need some other people to step up.
here's Luna Castro.
Well, Castro's 0-6 here in this first half, which is obviously very much unlike her.
Carter nearly came up with a steal. Morris recovers, bank shot, no good. Roof another rebound. Fuiava from the elbow, that's good.
She's
Jaden
been awesome off
Fuiava's
the bench.
Yeah,
She's been great.
Great little Fui time here the last 3 or 4 minutes. 3 great buckets.
What did you call it?
A little bit of Fui time.
I like it.
Coach Dover sees her lead dwindled down to 2, so she's going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. 3 minutes to go in the first half. It's Rollers up on Logan, 34-32. Back with you here at Carrara Indoor Stadium, 34-32. The Rollers' lead has been cut to 2, and a lot of it is on the improvement on the defensive end from the Logan Thunder, and getting contributions from Fuiava, particularly. Logan right back in this game.
Sure is, and Johnny, you mentioned a little earlier in the game that Logan's got a pretty young team, so despite having 2 or 3 senior players, obviously with Carter Roof and Ash Taylor as the main 3 in terms of experience, I mean, they've done an amazing job of staying composed despite a really rough start to the game. Anyone on the road could have easily fallen apart. They've been great, and they've got themselves right back in it, and with 2 minutes left, the way this is going, they'll have the lead by half time. But
Luna Castro misses the 3.
I'd love to see the stats on when they went to the zone, which was about that 4.5 minute mark, because I reckon it's like a +10 to Logan since they've gone into that zone.
But a lot of the time a zone becomes a lazy offense. But I feel like they've been playing really, really hard defense in a zone, which has made it so difficult for Gold Coast to get the looks they were getting in the first 4 or 5 minutes. And down the other end, I feel like one of the adjustments Logan's made is they've obviously made an effort to get to the rim, because those jump shots weren't falling early in the game. Meanwhile, Gold Coast are coming down, landed up.
Yeah.
So they've shored up their defense, and then down here they've really tried to get layups, post entrances, offensive rebounds, a lot of work in the paint, and so far it's been paying off. Great adjustments from the Logan team.
Well, and to your point, though, I think the other part of that is there was some rubbish Logan shots in that first few minutes.
Well, I think it's almost gone the opposite way for Gold Coast. They were having the success getting to the rim early, attacking the basket. Now they're very perimeter oriented. A lot of it is the zone, but you still should be able to get to the rim. But Logan doing a good job just clogging the paint and forcing other players outside of Moore to step up.
Yeah,
Woods fires a 3 off the side of the rim.
Continue to daring them to shoot the 3.
Jump ball, possession arrow. I think it favors Gold Coast.
So do they keep one shot, one on the clock here, Reeks?
Yeah, they do. So jump ball, because it doesn't change possession, the shot clock doesn't reset. So Gold Coast really going to have to work to get a shot off.
I wonder if they know that.
Well, generally the referees...
Normally they would tell them, yeah.
Why? You know, that's their problem. They got to work that out.
Oh, you can clearly see there's 1 second on the shot clock.
I know, but
it's just a courtesy thing.
I'm just joking.
Referees get enough flack as is, let alone not telling them something like that.
You're giving them stick for trying to help you. You complain when they don't help you out. Then you're complaining that when they do help you.
If I'm on defense,
come on, Dave.
And you don't know the shot clock, that's your problem, right?
Turnover off the inbounds. Fuyava has it. She's fouled. Could be on, I'm not sure if it's on Mora or Woods. Looks like it's going to go against Woods. That's the 15th foul against Gold Coast. Going to send Logan to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And for a player that's put up 9 points on less than 30% shooting on the regular season, come playoff time, she has really stepped up for Logan tonight and given foul trouble to some of their other players. They've really needed every second that she's given them, and she's been wonderful.
Yeah, we had the Pirates Logan last week, and Natal was terrific. Little quiet here in this first half.
Yeah, but Fuyava was a little quiet last week, and she stepped up tonight. Logan's up by 1, their first lead of this evening. Woods is open in the corner. She won't hesitate, misses that one. Nice rebound, Luna Castro blocked by Natoa.
On cue.
Looking inside for Ruth.
Gold Coast sent a double team, and I think they're going to have to keep that up. But Ruth's so composed down there. Brittany Carter knows where to get to.
Yeah,
Logan with a head of steam.
Yeah, sorry, mate.
No, go for it,
the other thing I really want to see a little bit more of, if I'm Logan, is that little early screens in transition has been really effective. Whether they're intentionally doing it or they're just getting some natural reads. But it's been really effective for either Carter or Fuyava to make some decisions and come off. And Gold Coast have got to improve how they communicate those screens.
Sure have. I agree.
Woods missed another three-pointer there on the season, shooting at about 37%. Struggling from deep so far this evening. Gold Coast down 3. We're about under a minute to go now in the second half. In the first half.
They're 3 of 15 in this for threes.
Patrick nearly came up with the steal. Look inside. Fuyava finds Ruth. And she finishes. That's a nice look.
Logan is cooking in this second quarter. All clicking. Really good engagement here. And Gold Coast, after a terrific start, they're really struggling to find anything going to the rim now. And they're settling for a lot of threes.
Nice pump fake. Luna Castro jumper is off the back of the rim. Roof, another rebound. And Logan can hold for the final shot of the first half, up 5. Natoa looking inside. It's too high and too long for Ruth. It's a turnover. So Gold Coast can now respond. They've got 9.5 seconds to go in the half. Luna Castro has to go long, finds Patrick at half court. They got to get something going. There's 3 seconds left. Luna Castro under pressure. Goes out of bounds off of Logan, so it's going to be Gold Coast ball.
You can't get a shot off or a tip in .02.
Well, there's 0.2 of a second left on the clock. Coach Dover is going to take a timeout, see what she can...
I think .2 is actually there was a rule introduced where I think anything above .4 you can just catch and shoot. .2 I think has to be an immediate tip in. Okay. So realistically, Gold Coast is going to have to pass the ball inside the keyway and then just get a tip into the basket.
What are the chances of that coming off?
.2.
You're not allowed to do the boost up anymore, are you? Like we can get a backdoor play and get the
is that illegal?
Rugby union, you mean?
Yeah.
Like a line out?
Yeah, line out.
The netballers can do that. The defenders in netball pick each other up to block shots. I think we might need to see a little bit of that right here.
Let's see.
Maybe Luna Castro can boost up somebody and just dunk it.
Well, the play doesn't, though. It doesn't. If it's a tip, it doesn't have to be at the rim either. You could tip it from anywhere.
That's true.
Right? So
that would be a skillful tip.
Technically, you are correct.
So
Johnny,
who knows?
Maybe not so much.
Maybe you fake a bit of action to the rim and come Now look at the free throw line, or just inside the free throw line. Here it comes. Here's Ambrose putting it up. Goes right out of bounds. No time came off the clock.
Didn't hit anyone on the court, so yeah. Doesn't need to start. So Logan's going to have the same opportunity now.
I think they're just going to let the
more
clock
unlikely.
run out. Roof passes it in, and that's going to be the end of the first half.
Brittany Carter's too smart to waste her shooting percentage on a three-quarter court shot at halftime. That's a veteran.
That wouldn't, yeah.
Well, it does count if it misses or makes. So that's the end of the first half. A really good first half of action. It was the tale of two quarters, though. Gold Coast came out on absolute fire, dominated that first quarter, was up by double digits. Logan has come out, made some adjustments at the quarter time break, and they head in at halftime up 5. The two games between these teams were super close, and we're seeing that again here in the first half.
I think we'll continue that trend. 25-9 quarter for the Thunder. That zone defense really caused some funk in the Gold Coast offense, and again, they're just going to have to clean it up. I think they'll settle. They'll go back to their sheds, have a little chat about what they're going to do. They need to get obviously some high post flashing, some better penetration and kick, but they just got to stop loading up on threes. I think the 3 is 16 in the first half, so that is not the answer.
And where the Gold Coast, you would think they've seen zone plenty of times this season. I didn't see much different from the Logan zone. Where do you want to see Gold Coast attack that zone, and where is that weak spot where they can start getting some looks? Because it did become jump shot city for Gold Coast in that second
Well,
against the zone.
I think oftentimes when you go to zone, it's just a standard 2-3. We wouldn't know how to play against that, whereas Logan flipped it. They had 3 players at the top, 2 on the baseline. So it's a slightly different look, and the Gold Coast obviously struggled with it. But I think against any zone, in fact, any defense, man or zone, I would think a couple of ball reversals is important to make that zone shift, and then they've got to put the ball on the floor and penetrate. A coach once told me the team that gets the most shots in the paint is going to win, and that's either pass penetration, dribble penetration, or offensive rebounds. In the first half, the Gold Coast were getting dribble penetration every possession. In the second quarter, 9 points, they got no dribble penetration, no pass penetration. They did offensive rebound at all jump shots, and that led to Logan running the other way. So I think if I'm the Gold Coast, I want to make sure that I make Logan play defense for 15, 16 seconds every possession, make them move from side to side, and then put the ball on the floor and try and penetrate and give our girls a chance to go rebound on the other end.
Let's see what adjustments the teams make at halftime. Logan goes into the big break up 5, 39-34. We're going to take a break for the halftime. We'll come back. We'll try and give you an out-of-town scoreboard, and we'll give you some of the halftime statistics here on your QBO Game of the Week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to Carrara Indoor Stadium on the Gold Coast. The Rollers are down by 5, 39-34 at halftime. Taking a look at some of the halftime statistics, and it's been a pretty well-balanced attack for both teams, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, just for me, one of the key stats obviously is with my native eye. We've only got the iPad, so I don't have the paper, Johnny. You know I like the paper.
I know you do. You're old school.
But I think Mora only had 3 in that second quarter, and I did raise that as an issue. As goes Mora, so go the Rollers. 18 points in the first quarter, 3 in the second. Credit to Thunder's defense, that's for sure, but equally Gold Coast needs a bit of accountability. Luna Castro, been really quiet. I expect that to change in this third quarter, and I also expect a little bit more going to the basket. And Dan raised some great points closing out at halftime of what Gold Coast needs to clean up around that production in the paint. So the big question for me is how long does he stick to his zone? He's had success. Now Gold Coast has come and talked about it, no doubt, for 12 minutes of the 15 in that break. And I'd personally go back to 1 straight away here and give him, or maybe even a half-court press, just to give him a little different look and come out with a different look again. And so we'll see what happens here.
I was about to ask the same thing, and my answer to it would have been similar to what you just said. Why get out of the zone if it's working and they haven't figured out how to score on me? Why would I get out of it? But I think take it up a notch, set the tone as this half starts, and pick it up half court, maybe even three-quarter court, and drop back into that 3-2. It's pretty easy to go 1-2-2 back to a 3-2. Pretty easy for the girls to figure that out on the fly. So I'd do that. Put some pressure on the Gold Coast. Try and take the ball out of Mora's hands, because she's been wonderful, as you just mentioned again. And just make the Gold Coast really work hard for the opportunities and just see where it goes. I think, like you said earlier, Luna Castro is a very good player, so she will be much better this half than she was in the first half. She won't go 0 for 8 again, but I hope it's 8 shots in the paint, not 8 perimeter shots. I think that's the difference for her.
Putting your coaching hats on, how do you get Luna Castro involved against the zone? She had a couple good looks early on at the start of the game, just didn't have anything fall for her. And against the zone, though, I thought she was really too perimeter-oriented, as was the team.
Well, tonight, I was going to say tonight, she just seems to be hanging around the top of the key here. And I as Dan often says, just some real simple action. I'd run her off some backdoor screens, look to get her on the baseline and get her around the rim, just get her some confidence, exactly like that.
There you go, right there.
And that's how I'd try and utilise Luna Castro. But equally, she knows that she's got to heat up.
Well, Gold Coast had a couple decent looks at it, couldn't get one to fall after forcing the turnover off the opening pass of the second half.
See, again, that
good scramble. Woods hits the Woods.
Wow.
Somehow Carter comes up with it.
4 seconds.
Bays has to get a shot off. She drives baseline, floats one up and in. That's a tough bucket there for a youngster like Bays.
Yeah, great playoff action there. 3 or 4 girls on the floor. Again, that pick and roll action, really poorly communicated and defended from the Rollers. They've got to clean that up if they can have success here in the second half.
Well, I'm surprised we haven't seen more pick and roll from both teams. I think Mora and Luna Castro in a pick and roll, even against the zone, is a good option. Oh, they missed it. I think they missed a shot clock.
No, I think it was a wrong reset.
Yeah,
it should have reset.
It should have reset. Yeah. It definitely should have reset. I do believe that it hit the ring, so it should have reset back to 14. I think they're just going to go and clarify that now.
Well, and then it didn't reset at all again to 14, where they probably lost. I think there should be about 9 on the clock if they clean it all up and get it right.
Yeah, I'm with you, Dave. I believe it should have reset in the first place, and then it just didn't start. It got reset to 14 and then just didn't continue.
But they're going to give them a little extra cooking. Braden Hazelhurst not happy with the call. I think he mustn't have thought. I think he thinks it hit the backboard, not the rim.
That's a good action for the Rollers. A high pick and roll. Ambrose and Mora, they get a shot in the paint. They need a steady diet of that. And if Mora goes the Rollers, like you said, Dave, well, let's make an effort to get her easier shots. Yeah. And that's a great example. So good adjustment from the Gold Coast.
Ty is back on the court, fires a 3. That's good. Ash Ty on the board.
Yeah, that's what the Logan fans want to see. And she's just got to be smart on the other end.
Woods hands off for Mora. Mora spins away from the defense. Nice Euro step. Gets it to fall. She's been awesome tonight.
Yeah, that was a great move.
Tough finish, too.
And I mean, you're blown by Tyre, who I would argue is one of the better defenders in this women's competition.
Good help defense there. Walmsley, though, gets called for the reach-in foul. There's a good look inside for Roof. And I like that weak side double team coming from Gold Coast along the baseline.
Yeah, they just got to keep it fresh.
But if they're going to bring a double team on the catch like they did on that occasion, that's why it's great for Logan to have Roof cutting to the hoop to catch rather than just going and standing in the post like she did at the start of the game. So much easier to double team when she's stationary.
Fuiava kicks it, base is open, fires the three, it's good. I think they called it a 2.
Yeah, I think so. Fuiava's been really good tonight. Good penetration, good D.
Nice pass, Luna Castro to Walmsley.
There you go.
Who answers with her 3.
Well, Walmsley needed that. 1 of 4 heading into that shot.
Taya steps around the defense and gets the layup to fall.
That is great aggression from Ash Tyre too. If you follow the Logan Thunder, you would love to see that.
Ambrose out to Walmsley. Now Moore has it. 11 on the shot clock. She's double teamed.
Oh, that's an offensive, surely.
It's good defense.
I don't get the no call though. Like it's not in the charge circle.
How about Moore finishing through that contact too, because it was heavy contact.
Briggs, help me out there. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong.
Look, I think it's a perfectly good question, to be honest. I mean, the defense was definitely in position. There was quite a lot of contact on it. So, I don't know, referees might just not have been in the right position to see it at the time, or they might have had a reason not to call it. But if it was going to be called, it was definitely a charge.
Yeah.
Walmsley step back 3 is off. Fuiava grabs the rebound. She kicks ahead for a Roof. Roof goes right at the defense, misses.
Great defense from Sarah Ambrose.
She looks like she may have hurt her shoulder, Ambrose.
Might have got winded a little bit, I think.
More.
The pace has been pretty hectic here. I actually think they just need to maybe call a timeout.
Tyre for 3. That's off the back of the rim. Moore open, she'll take the 3 and hit it. Deficit is 3 for Gold Coast. Carter hits Fuiava. Now Bays fires a wing 3 off the front of the rim. Roof, an offensive rebound goes right at the defense, misses. Ambrose grabs the tip. Here's Woods with it. Out to Walmsley. She steps out of bounds. It's good flow there for Gold Coast. Fortunately, Walmsley's foot was out of bounds. Carly Patrick checks in for Woods.
I do love the nervousness of both coaches who are holding those timeouts like it's gold tonight. I just think little settler would be good here, especially because you're going to play, as Dan said earlier, 5 or 6 only. It's
a very quick quarter too. We're already halfway through. Not many whistles, no timeouts.
Jumpers off. Ambrose another rebound. Here's Moore. Nearly lost it, recovers. 3-pointer is off by Patrick. Another offensive rebound. Luna Castro finds Patrick, who misses the layup.
I would love to see Luna Castro take that back up herself. Great pass.
Well, I was going to say, Patrick, use your left.
Well, absolutely use your left, but Luna Castro, use your left. Go at Roof.
Bays from the corner. 3 is off the back of the rim. Fuiava offensive rebound.
Fui time again.
Puts it back up and in. Five-point lead for Logan. 4:20 to go in the third. Moore splits the defense. Luna Castro gets barreled over. It's going to be against Brittany Carter. That's her third.
Carter not happy. I didn't see it, so I can't comment, but she's
I think
saying...
she's saying she was just trying to get over the top and
she
the
thought Luna
screener
just
may
fell
have
over,
flopped a little bit, was her argument. Did with a smile on her face.
Patrick lost it, recovers at about half court, 8 on the shot clock. Picks up her dribble, kicks it out. Luna Castro, deep jumper off the front of the rim.
Wow. If I told you Luna Castro started 0 of 11, you would believe me.
Especially if you said over 11, you're down 5.
Yeah.
So I just think when you're struggling like that, a couple of layups, get to the foul line, couple of foul shots, it only takes 1 or 2 and you're rolling.
Morris got called for the blocking foul on the Natoa drive along the baseline.
And she's looking to the coach, and you know she's thinking about it now too. Like, it's not like you know you've missed a few, but when you're looking at the coach.
Taya fires a jumper, which is short. Patrick grabs the defensive rebound.
And we spoke about Luna Castro. Ash Taya probably not shooting at the clip she normally does, but I mean, if I'm coaching or supporting Logan, couldn't quite get it to go there. I want Ash Taya taking as many of those shots as you can get. Got to stay aggressive for Logan to go deep in the postseason.
Natoa has it in the corner. Picks up the dribble. Carter reverses it back to Natoa. Inside, nice pass. Fuyava finishes with the left.
Fui is killing him. Who else has a feeling Brittany Carter's about to heat up?
I do get a bit of a vibe there, and again, this is where the Rollers, again, Patrick's been really active in this last few minutes. She's done a good job.
Moore missed, but got her own rebound. Throws one out. Morris
Great hustle.
saves it. Now Moore fires a 3 off the side of the rim. Taya rebound.
Wow, they're letting them play in the third quarter here. And as Dan said, not many fouls called, not many free throws. So it's been a really tough third quarter.
Natoa gets fouled on her way to the basket.
I just was blinded by a extremely large Joel McInnes skull on the baseline.
Sure wasn't the Mick Conlon one. There's a lot of shine off the top of that one.
There's the Mick Conlon one right next to him.
Don't forget, we will have the men's game for you following the conclusion of this women's matchup. So make sure you tune in. Gold Coast Rollers men hosting the University of Sunshine Coast Rip City.
Great venue here at Carrara, the revitalized Carrara. Terrific.
Ambrose
State
jumper.
League Stadium, that's for sure.
Short. Here's Natoa with it. Carter has it. Looks
Great
inside.
offense.
Roof.
Oh, great job, Patrick.
Great defense too, but great offense.
Yeah.
Good offense and good defense.
Yeah, it was a really good play.
Both teams, take your hat off to them on that possession.
Patrick for 3 off the front of the rim.
Too many jump shots for the Gold Coast to my liking. Down 8, got a strong finish to the quarter is important. I think you've got to try and get to the foul line, put a pressure on the rim, make Logan defend you and maybe commit a foul or 2.
Natoa flips
wow,
it up.
how about that?
With the left hand. It's a 10-point Logan lead, 1:35 to go in this one. Moore's open, fires the 3. That's too strong. Taya chases down the rebound. Fuyava spins, goes with the left hand. She's cooking. Logan's up 12. Moore hands off for Ambrose, skips it. Walmsley's open. Instead, she reverses to Patrick. Good defense there by Carter.
Oh, no.
They're going to say Carter got her on the arm.
And to rub salt into the wound, she's injured. Hopefully that's nothing serious. I thought it was good defense, and let's hope she's
she's
okay.
I didn't see a foul. I think she had her hand straight up too, mate. I think she might have copped maybe a knee.
Well, Carter is certainly down. Looks like she's okay. She's asking for a bit of help up. Let's hope that she's okay, but I don't know if we will see Carter for a little bit. That foul called on Carter was her 4th personal with 48 seconds to go in the third quarter.
She needed to have a little break.
Well, I think.
Yeah, you think?
A little bit shaken up. You're up by 12 points. I agree. You got to take it to the bench and
just trying to
give her
walk it
some
off.
time.
Great throwdown from Patrick, too, on the catch. Nice throwdown to a left. Good drive.
It looked like maybe knee on knee there. Patrick and Carter knocked knees.
Good call, Riggs. What'd you think on the replay, bro?
Look, in terms of the foul, very, very tough call.
Yeah.
I can see what they were looking at. You know, the call was that she was leaning slightly forward, but in my honest opinion, she was leaning forward but within her cylinder. You're still allowed to lean that tiny bit forward as long as you're within your defensive cylinder, which I believe that she was.
Yeah.
And as Johnny said, it did look on the replay like there was just a little bit of knee-on-knee contact that caused a bit of damage there. So, look, I think pretty tough call, especially for her 4th.
Yeah.
Carter missed that one. Then Natoa gets called for the over-the-back foul.
I'm surprised she's been left in the game too.
I am
Up
too.
12, less than a minute. She's a bit injured. Thrown up an air ball, I'd take her off, give her a few minutes just to catch her breath.
Yeah, she's still grimacing, still trying to walk that one off. She's a gamer for sure. Let's see if Mora goes at Carter. Luna Castro, baseline jumpers up. That one short as well. Fuyava with the rebound. And Logan can hold for the final shot of the third quarter. Ruth has it with 3 on the clock. Spins to the right. She powers one home right through Jackie Luna Castro.
Bucket. Big bucket.
I mean, Ash Ty's flexing. She liked that too. I could hear it through my headset. That's a heck of a move.
I don't know if
Tough
they
finish.
called the foul either. They blew a whistle.
Did they? Well, they didn't give them the points. Now you do.
All right, there's the points. That's the end of the third quarter. Logan now up by 12, up on the Gold Coast Rollers. We'll take a break. We'll come back with some statistics and the final quarter of action here for you live from Carrara Indoor Stadium on the beautiful Gold Coast. Back with you here at Carrara Indoor Stadium on the Gold Coast. 60-48, Logan up by 12. And it's been an impressive comeback here for Logan. Gold Coast struggling. Moore's got 30. Outside of that, next leading scorer for Gold Coast, you've got Walmsley with 7, Patrick with 7. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, Johnny, and again, just for the Gold Coast, they've just got to really grind this out here. Luna Castro are really struggling tonight, but that's where Woods and Ambrose and Walmsley, etc., got to pick up. Patrick misses a 3, but they're all been really good scorers for them throughout the season. So, you know, they've just got to get some more offensive production to support Mora here.
Here's Natoa, open wing 3, in and out. Nice rebound there by Ambrose, tipping it to Luna Castro. who's picking it up court. Goes right at the defense.
Wow.
Hook shot short.
It's just one of those nights. It becomes, when you're 0-13, you feel it just becomes tentative. You know, that was
that was an
a nice move, but it was I hope it goes in.
Yeah.
It wasn't a strong finish, which we're used to seeing from her.
Yeah, good D from the Gold Coast Rollers then. And that's what they got to do. They just got to have chip away. Here comes Luna Castro.
Keep
Fires
shooting.
again. No good. Carter running the point still. She's out there with 4 fouls. Skips it for Taya. Taya drives baseline, jumpers up, and short. Here comes Patrick. Picks up the dribble, reverses it now for Luna Castro. Hands off, Walmsley. Picks up the dribble, gets it to Mora with 8 on the shot clock. Mora gets in the paint, bank shot off, gets her own rebound, goes up with it, and puts it home.
That is a heck of a move. Give her all the credit in the world, but the Gold Coast offense has become 3 or 4 passes and then give it to Mora and let her go 1-on-4.
Oh, wow.
Carter gets called for the charge. It's going to be her 5th, and she's done for the night.
And we did say earlier, maybe give her a breather, and that's partly Brittany Carter needing to be aware that you're on 4, don't do anything that's borderline, but there's always a risk of leaving a player out there with 4 fouls. And unfortunately for Logan, they've paid the price with plenty of time still left in this game.
So Bays is out on the court for Carter, who's done for the night.
Now she's a cheerleader for the rest of the night, and big advantage for the Gold Coast.
And Mora getting aggressive, going at Natoa, picking up the foul on Natoa. Second team foul on Logan here in the quarter. Logan going back to the zone. Here's Luna Castro. Now Patrick, wide open floater is good for Carly Patrick. Cuts the Gold Coast deficit to 8. Fuiava, top of the key 3, off the side of the rim, tipped around. Patrick has it for Gold Coast.
I think a Logan timeout here would be a good idea. Without the floor general Carter out there, Michaela Donnelly obviously not playing. I think they need a timeout.
Yeah. And there it is, as Patrick hits back-to-back buckets, cutting the Gold Coast deficit to 6. 60-54, timeout on the floor. We're going to take one as well. 7:13 to go in the game. Don't go anywhere. It's shaping up to be a tight one, folks. Welcome back to Carrara Indoor Stadium. It's 60-54, Logan up on Gold Coast. The energy has picked up for the Rollers here in the 4th.
Well, Thunder hasn't scored here in this 4th yet.
Roof fires a long jumper that goes in and out. Fuiava chases down the offensive rebound.
I don't know how that ball came out.
6 on the clock.
Wow.
Roof fires a long one. That's banked no good. Tire offensive rebound.
That is a heck of a rebound.
Then she gets called for 3 seconds.
Oh, wow.
That's a harsh call right there.
Jeez.
Wow.
That was a very quick 3.
That was a very quick 3 in a quarterfinal game.
Here's Morano. Gets it to Ambrose. Steps through the defense. Floater is off. Nutella goes right to the rim, lays it in, plus the foul as they get Patrick for the block.
How good is that finish?
Well,
by the way?
I was just going to say, Natoa has to step up here this last 5 or 6 minutes for the Thunder, because they're just going to need a little bit more offensive production and a little bit more grit and grind offensively to get them going. And in transition, she's made a great decision looking for the three-point play.
I think Patrick just got herself a little too deep on that one. She was certainly in the circle, so.
It was close, yeah.
Was close, but Natoa misses. Logan's up 8, 6:20 left in this one. Walmsley thinks about it. Now goes to Mora. Back to Walmsley. Wing 3 up.
Oh, no.
No good, but it's a foul.
Yeah, silly
on
foul.
Natoa.
Silly foul. Walmsley will go and try and get 3 the hard way there from the foul line.
Yeah, Gold Coast really struggling from 3 tonight. 5 of 26 for only 19%. So Walmsley goes to the free throw line and hits the first. Second one, good as well. The captain, Susanna Walmsley, getting a couple easy ones at the charity stripe for Rollers. Hits all 3. The Gold Coast deficit is 5.
Yeah, it's close as it's been for a little while.
Roof reverses it. Bayes open for 3 off the front of the rim. Mora goes to the left. Finds Luna Castro. 3 is up. That's off the back of the rim. Bayes, nice rebound. Taya inside. Fuiava goes to the left. Step through layup. No good.
Great move.
But she's fouled.
Great move.
That's just using your footwork right inside the paint, Dave.
Yeah, and it's really smart, because they just got to get, I think for the Thunder, and it works for both teams here in this next few minutes, keep mixing it up. If you can get some foul shots, keep the scoreboard ticking over.
Fuiava misses them both. Roof gets the offensive rebound, but loses it. Moore in the paint, goes to the rim.
Easy for her. Of
She
all the
misses.
shots she's made tonight, you would have expected to knock that down, but
Yeah.
too easy in transition. Got to try and stop the ball a bit quicker.
A good recognition there by Moore. Unfortunately, she couldn't hit the shot, but she'll go to the line for a couple shots.
Yeah, and to Dan's point, neither Bayes or Fuiava decided to move their feet and put their body on the line. They kind of just let her go right by her.
Hits them both. Gold Coast has cut it to a 3-point deficit.
Let's hear it. Defense.
Roof goes to the rim, too strong. Gets the rebound somehow, though. Roof skips it, Bayes is open, 3 is up, and off the front of the rim. And then they get Natoa for a blocking foul. That's the 15th foul on Logan with 5 minutes to go in the game.
Yeah, good shot.
I think with, sorry Dave, go ahead.
I was going to say, I just noticed a swing in the momentum here in Gold Coast way.
Yeah.
And body language,
Sure can.
effort.
just energy in the whole stadium's changed.
They're playing much more aggressive offense as well, I think has been the biggest thing. They've actually picked up that the referees are going to call the fouls, and so they're just driving straight at them, and they're getting the call.
All they need is Luna Castro to hit a shot, and this place will go crazy. Every shot she takes, you can see people kind of standing up in anticipation. But I think Logan needs to slow this down and run some really deliberate sets. Ruth is doing her thing. I think they need to get Ash Taylor going with Brittany Carter out. That's a tragic turnover.
Luna Castro for 3. You were right. The roof would have exploded on that one. Got to give Gold Coast credit, though. They're doing a really good job defending Roof.
They are doing a great job, and I think Logan can't just dump it into the paint anymore. Logan's defending it too well. They got to. I'm glad to see Ash being aggressive.
She was blocked, but recovered and laid it up and in.
She needs a steady dive to that to finish this game off, and they need to get Roof on the move, diving, like pick and roll, diving to the hoop, cross pick. Make it hard for the Gold Coast to defend her.
Yeah, equally too. I'd like to see Natoa get some touches offensively.
Woods has it on the baseline, 6 on the shot clock, puts it on the floor, finds Ambrose
That's a
open.
great pass, by the way.
Ambrose misses a tough one.
Good look. Good patient set from the Rollers.
Taya.
That's good offense. Side pick and roll.
Now Roof.
And Roof's going to make a quick move.
Skips it. Bays is open in the corner. 3 is up and short. Luna Castro, big defensive rebound.
Yeah, Castro has been terrific on the glass. That's a 12th rebound.
Moore can't finish. Well defended by Logan. Fuyava grabs the rebound. They wanted some contact. Bays puts it on the floor. Steps through the contact, misses. Then there's a foul inside. It's going to go against Roof.
Well, I mean, so independently, I'd probably lose it right as a coach because it has been really physical on both ends. And then you go and call that for an offensive rebound?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of physical play and a lot of physical play upcoming. 3:22 to go in this one. Logan's up 3. There's a timeout on the floor. We're going to take one as well, but do not go anywhere. This one is shaping up to be an exciting finish, folks, with Logan up 3 over the Gold Coast Rollers in your QBL quarterfinal game of the week, presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to Carrara Indoor Stadium. 3:22 to go in this one. Foul was on Jackie Luna Castro before the timeout, so she's at the free throw line with Logan in the penalty.
Wow. Ambrose and Luna Castro both big smiles in relief of the bucket.
But you know what's funny? This is a one-point game. 3 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
And one of your studs has just seen the ball go through the hoop 2 times. She could get 2 or 3 buckets.
Well,
to
again,
finish this game off for the Gold Coast
Rollers. It could
Rollers.
be very much the only bucket she gets might be the game-winning one.
Taya from the wing fires a 3 off the back of the rim. Woods has it. Logan up 1. Gold Coast can take the lead with the basket here, folks. Walmsley fires a 3 and banks it home. The captain, Susanna Walmsley, gives Gold Coast a 2-point lead under 3 to go. Ash Taya, top of the key, drives, a lot of contact, no call. Rebound tipped around, and then they get Ruth.
That's really good offense. And I feel like the contact on Ash Taya's layup was no less than the contact on that call.
Yeah.
That's frustrating, but I think, especially when you put him on the foul line, but it's still good offense from Logan. And on ball with arguably your two best players who are at least available on the floor, and you've got a good look. You live with that.
And they go, and again, Thunder's just got to be calm. It's a one bucket game right now. Don't get frustrated.
Moore missed the first one. That's a big miss there.
Well, as amazing as Moore has been, not just tonight but all season, I believe she's about a 60% foul shooter. 48% from the field, 40% from three, 60%.
Oh, that's a big foul. Roof hit the deck hard.
She sure did.
Nothing intentional there. Moore just got caught up with Roof as she grabbed the rebound. Foul's going to go against Moore. Fourth team foul on the Gold Coast in the fourth quarter. 2:34 left in this one. It's a 2-point Gold Coast lead.
Well, Logan, 4 points in this quarter. Johnny, you'd argue that's not going to get it done.
Is that right? 4 points.
Yeah,
that is.
18-4.
I didn't realize it was that. Wow, I didn't know it was that bad.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Taya goes inside for Roof. Throws one up, misses. Goes out of bounds, going to stay with Logan.
You know what's funny? With 2 minutes left, they could have a 9-point quarter and win.
Yeah.
12 on the shot clock for Logan. Bays has it. She's going to fire
That's a
a
big
three.
shot right there.
And she hits it. Logan retakes the lead, 67-66.
Coach Dover wants to talk about it.
Let's keep it here, though, gents. 67-66. Good timeout there by Coach Dover. Just wanted to settle the troops down. If you're Coach Dover, what are you telling your team at this time,
I think obviously she's going to draw up something specifically. You'd assume it's to get a Mora or a Luna Castro touch, which is the right play. But equally, I get Patrick back in the game too. To be frank, I think she was a big part as to why they got back in this ball game in that late third quarter, start of the fourth. It was Patrick's enthusiasm in transition offensively and defensively. Although she got a foul, it was still, again, looking to draw a charge. So I definitely get her back in the ball game. And, you know, like Dan said, there's plenty of time left. You might get 6 or 7 possessions still. So, again, just got to grind it out, box out, and secure the rebound every time, and then get a really good look.
You got to think if you're Gold Coast, recognizing that there's 5 team fouls on Logan. Logan already in the penalty. You want to see most of your action at the rim, you'd think.
I think that's true for both teams. But having said that, we saw Logan knock down a big three a second ago, but I think both teams getting to the rim to finish this game is going to be important.
There's Luna Castro, skips it over to Walmsley. Now back to Luna Castro, puts it on the floor, double team, finds Ambrose. Ambrose hands off Woods, corner three, off the side of the rim, no good. Moore recovers for Gold Coast, finds Walmsley. Now back to Moore. Moore driving baseline, steps out of bounds.
Great D from the Thunder.
I thought there was a timeout, but they're allowing Fuyava to tie her shoelace. Minute 44 left in this one. It's a 1-point game.
Good pressure here from the Rollers.
Bays has it for Logan. Swings it to Taya. Taya gets a screen from Roof, puts it up and in. There's Taya with the tough bucket.
That's what Logan needs.
Yeah.
Great to
3-point
see
lead.
her being aggressive.
Let's see how Gold Coast responds.
Well, Logan's sitting in this zone, which was super effective in the first half, but
yeah, Woods and Ambrose have still got to be aggressive
they
here.
do.
Good take there by Woods, misses. Ambrose recovers out to Walmsley. 3 is up. And good! Big bucket by the captain, ties it at 69. And we're under a minute to go in this one. Nice backdoor. Ambrose block. Fuyava fouled on the rebound, though. Big block there by Sarah Ambrose.
Fuyava has been amazing for Logan tonight.
That's Ambrose's second block of the, no, that's her third block of the game.
Only, and Mora's got the 2 fouls, so she's okay. No one really in foul trouble. Ambrose has got 3.
Fuiava missed the first one.
And for the Thunder, Ruef and Tyre have got 3. Natoa's got 4.
Second one, that's no good either. Tipped around, Roof recovers to Tyre, blocked by Ambrose. And it's Gold Coast ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's go. Captain Sam Woods with the relief. Let's go, Lady Rollers.
47 seconds to go in this one. It's a tie game.
Let's go, Lonzo.
Mora working against Natoa. Gets her feet in the paint, kicks it out. Ambrose reverses. Woods fires a wing 3. It's good! Gold Coast up by 3 with 30 seconds to go in this one. A couple of huge three-pointers, and this crowd is going berserk here at Carrara Indoor Stadium. Timeout by Coach Hesselhurst. We're going to take a quick one as well. Don't go anywhere, folks. 30 seconds to go. It's a 3-point game. Your QBL quarterfinal game of the week presented to you by Nothing But Net Media. Welcome back to Carrara Indoor Stadium on the Gold Coast. Rollers on a roll here, up by 3, 72-69, with 30 seconds to go in this one.
It'll be interesting to see what he does here. I think you're going to go for a quick bucket in the next 6 seconds, and then try and play it out. Not foul.
Roof hands off for Taya, reverses it. Fuiava for 3 off the front of the rim. Fight for the rebound.
That's a Logan ball too.
Oh, goes off Logan.
I feel like the last 2.
Logan has to
Impossible
foul.
to call though.
There it is. Fouls on Jaden Fuiava. Going to send Susanna Walmsley to the free throw line for a couple shots. The other, if you look at some of the other scores across the state, Townsville looking like they're going to wrap up a win over Mackay. They're up 72-59. Rockhampton and Ipswich is close as Walmsley misses the first one, 34-31. Rocky up 3.
I'm feeling some OT vibes.
Well, Logan's out of timeout too, so
Walmsley missed them both. Tyre grabbed the
have
rebound.
one possession.
Doesn't need to be a 3 here. Roof fires one though, misses.
Doesn't need to be that 3
comes
though.
up with the rebound. No foul here. And there it is from Nutella with 3 seconds to go. And Mora will have an opportunity to go to the free throw line to ice this game. I don't know why they you could have got a better shot than that if you're Logan.
I agree.
No need to shoot a 3 with 12 seconds to go. You might want to get a quick 2 and foul again.
Well, I would have tried to shoot a quick 3, but I would have tried to. We have a drive-by with our equipment, but I think an early 3 makes sense. I think a layup to foul to get another layup's a big call, but I think they could have got a much better look than what they did. But in saying that, you've got one of your best players taking a shot. I guess you live with that.
Mora goes 1 of 2. Roof grabs the rebound. They're going to let the clock expire, and the Gold Coast comes back from down double figures to pull out a 4-point win. They do it without Jackie Luna Castro hitting a bucket. She was 0 of 17. A super impressive comeback win here for the Gold Coast. A hot start. It was cold in the middle, but they get it done when it counts, and they advance to the semifinals. A super impressive win for the Gold Coast here, guys.
If you had have said an hour and a half ago that Jacqueline Castro's 0 for 17 and they advance, I would have walked out. Like, just give them all the credit in the world to grind out a win. Mora was obviously amazing, but all these other girls stepped up as well. And you can hear the home crowd. There was a period there in the first quarter you thought they were going to blow it out. Logan obviously came back and played amazing. This place was quiet, but for the last half an hour, this place has been jumping, and the Gold Coast move on. That was an amazing game to watch.
It was a great game to watch, and players stepped up at different times. Carly Patrick had a really nice 11 points. Good contribution, hit a couple of good buckets as well, but the captain, Susanna Walmsley, probably the biggest bucket of the night, I think, was that bank 3 in the wing over here.
Well, closely followed by Woods' 3. I mean, they're the most critical shots of the game. And, terrific game. Great job from Coach Hazelhurst this year with his young group. Did a really good job after fighting back from that 10-0 start. And they were right there. That Carter charge will haunt him for a little while, I think. And Gold Coast, terrific job on the win. They really fought hard and then hit the shots when they needed to.
And Ariana Mora, clearly the player of the game for the Gold Coast. 37 points, 14 of 23 from the field, 11 of 16 from 2, 3 of 7 from 3. Got to the line 10 times, hit 6 of 10. Also had 12 rebounds and 2 assists. She did it all for the Gold Coast, and really awesome performance. It never really slowed down a bit. When the shot wasn't falling, she was looking to create for others, and I thought her aggressiveness maintained throughout the 4 quarters.
Yeah, it wasn't. And even one of the big buckets was her getting that offensive rebound when they were really struggling to score. So, they were really well led by Mora. And Luna Castro, she battled all night too, and again, she came up with a couple of big free throws. So, terrific job from the Rollers, and on they keep marching.
Yeah, Jackie Luna Castro, 4 points, 0 of 17 from the field, but she went 4 of 4 from the free throw line, had 13 rebounds, 4 of them offensive, and 4 assists, so contributing in other areas. And like you said, Dan, it's got to be a good sign for the Gold Coast to pull out a win with their second import going 0 for 17.
It's a great sign, and I think the way they finish the game will give them plenty of confidence moving in to obviously the next round of the finals here. I mean, this organisation, I'm sure, is incredibly proud of them and the season they've had, and I think they've done really well and maybe exceeded some expectations, and they move forward. And we obviously see the men warming up, and this will be another great game as well coming up. So it's just an awesome night of hoops here in the Gold Coast.
And for Logan, leading the way for the Thunder, you had 4 players in double figures. It was Jaden Fuyava who led all the scores for Logan with 16 points, 9 rebounds as well. Ruth finishes with 13 points and 25 rebounds, 8 of them offensive. Ash Taya had 11 points, and Bays had 13 off the bench. And got to also give Gold Coast a lot of credit. They really shut down Ruth on the offensive end.
Yeah, I think, what did she finish with, Johnny?
13 points, 25 rebounds.
Had to work really hard on 13 points on 17 shots. Really made her work for her buckets tonight.
Yeah, some really good signs for the Gold Coast heading into the semifinals. A lot of confidence coming out of this win for them. That's going to wrap things up for us here, though. 73-69, the final score for the Gold Coast Rollers advancing. And that's going to be it for the season for the Logan Thunder. Both teams really proud and should be after a great season.
Jimmy's happy.
Jimmy Williams, the president of the Gold Coast basketball.
Very happy.
But we will end this stream. We will come back with the men's game. It's the Gold Coast Rollers hosting the University of Sunshine Coast Rip City. Got to thank Regan Baker on the commentary and production, Dan George, Dave Derwin on the commentary, Chris Sieber on the camera work, and of course, as always, the Australian Sports Network and James Bowman for all of their graphics and technical support. Thanks everyone for tuning in to another presentation of QBL Basketball. But don't go anywhere. We'll be back with the men's quarterfinal coming up shortly.